Hey guys, and welcome to part 23 of the Resident Evil 6 playthrough. 6 months later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
That's gonna be odd for a business suit, eh? You're wearing that smart, tacky suit and then you ruin it with this fucking Chinese mask.
There's that fan service for the ladies.
Now, this is bit at the beginning of chapter 3 here for Jake's campaign is incredibly stealthy, where you have no gear. And you don't even have tablets and healing tablets to recover from health.
Yeah.
And the problem is that when you get spotted by either these Joavo, with either Jake or Sherry, the game punishes you badly for being spotted.
Yeah, it's very stressful. This is also set 6 months later.
Gee, as if I didn't do that SpongeBob thing for a reason.
Yeah, at this point, Chris and Piers are now in China as well. And Leon and Helena, I believe, are on their way.
They're on their way. Now, you just saw that opening cutscene. That's going to be happening from Abby's perspective, where she will have to take out the enemies using her fists. Me, on the meanwhile, I'm stuck in a hospital bed with television and a computer and a radio.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Yeah, you can interact with these. You can lie on the bed, you can listen to the radio, you can watch the television, but that's all you can do until the Jake player gets the key card. Japan and their fan services.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever seen it before.
Insert JonTron's. Pick me! Like one of your French boys!
Or John.
Pick me!
Or George talking. Oh my. Like with the panda. Chris and his waifu panda. Forever and always.
Panda Redfield. How about that?
Panda X Chris. It's just a picture of Chris riding on the panda. And Jill's off to the side all upset.
No,
Crying.
and pissed.
Do-do, do-do,
Da 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 da. Da da da!
do-do. I was thinking Big Pan for Bob, right? Because he is looking for you.
Aye. So, for Sherry's perspective, the only weapon she gets in this chapter is the stun rod.
If you don't know how to use it, oh, good luck.
Now, there's something I want to point out in Jake's perspective of this chapter. When you're going through the, I'm guessing it's the research lab.
Yeah.
It's all white. Literally, I think Capcom, it's one of those areas that Capcom forgot to add all the textures and shadow effects. Right, this is how you get through this stealth bit without being spotted, as lots of practice I took from helping others online. As long as you catch them unaware, you'll insta-kill the Joavo.
Yeah. Because again, if you get spotted, you're gonna. Oh, didn't let you do it that time.
Aye, if I get
Is that
spotted.
alerted?
No, it's not.
Alright.
I'm fine. But yeah, Steven was trying to say if I get spotted, the game will punish me badly, even to the point where one Joavo will mutate into a Napad.
And how
I've
are you
only
supposed to fight off a Napad with the fucking stun rod?
Well, what you can do is there's some security cameras that Abby is going to have to use so she can find out what for this puzzle. Where is this supposed to be a gym room or something? I'm judging by the blue panels on the floor. But what you have to do here is let the Joavo enter the passcode for the door, memorize the passcode because it's going to be random each time you play this chapter, then input the command.
Someone's behind you, I think.
Don't worry, the way this particular bit works is that if a Joavo's carrying a gun, it will go straight for that lockpick. But if he's carrying a baton, he goes in a big circle, then goes for that door.
Yeah, it's here you would get in the pad, and down you go.
No, not really, actually. You only get in the pad if you're spotted, but when you're here, you're fine.
Yeah, if you were spotted. This is where one of them would mutate it into a pad.
For this bit, I like to take out the Gatling guns first.
Yeah, that attack they do with a weapon with the guns, you can actually counter that.
Yeah, there's a lot of countering.
Use your stun baton, man.
Hey, it costs my gun back gauge. Right, as you can see, as I was trying to say, Abby is going to have to take control of the security cameras because two of them actually have machine guns built into them which she can use to help me. But she's going to need to zoom in on this camera so she can find out what the passcode is for the door.
Password. Oddworld games, honestly. Oh, this is a better password system in Oddworld because you have to whistle. You have to copy the whistling those Nidokans do after they ask for the password.
No, the best password for anything ever. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, Bubsy 3D. The password to get to the final level. Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z.
What, is literally
It's
sleeping?
all Z's.
What, sleeping?
Because they know how boring the game is. Seriously, fuck Bubsy 3D. What a mess.
Right, all you can do when you get to this point here is wait for your partner to get up. Now, as I was trying to say, yes, from Jake's perspective, when he's going through the research lab, I'm not kidding, folks.
The lighting is crazy.
There's no lighting at all. It's like there's the cupboards, the desks, and all that, but they're all white, as a clean white, as if no color at all, no shadows, no lighting, nothing.
To be honest, it kind of strains the eyes after a bit. It's like the Pokemon Mansion in Red Blue, where it was all like red and white, and it's like, oh.
But it's just you thinking, it's just you go into that level and you think to yourself, did Capcom literally forgot to program any or textures and colors in this area? Because it just looks so bland.
Well, they've forgotten to program some things into their games, like the attack and defense boss for R5 No Mercy on PS4. So I wouldn't put it past them at this point.
But there is actually a little trick you can do to initiate a coup de grace, which I practiced with when I was helping players through this chapter, where if you slide into the Joao first and then just do a basic punch from his hand to hand, it'll cause him to snag it, and then you can do a coup de grace.
Basically, there are two stuns in the game. There's the very small. There are several stuns in the game, actually. There's a small stun where they're only very briefly stunned. Then there's the regular one where they like hold their arms or stagger back. And if you slide into them while they're staggering like that, that'll set up a coup de grace opportunity.
Jake!
Of course. At least Jake has a decency to actually
look away, yeah. He's a respectable gentleman after all. Despite being an arse at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Money grubbing.
Where are we?
China.
Obviously, but where?
How do you know that? Eh? Just because they speak Chinese doesn't mean you are in China.
Well, considering what Jake had...
Not peeking Jake.
They had to get him one of those shots somehow.
Oh, you love Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins anime.
Again, Japan has a fetish for this kind of thing.
Something about
but you can even hear at the beginning of this chapter where Jake has somewhat learned to speak Chinese in 6 months.
6 months.
You know anything about Albert Wesker?
What, you mean Johnny Bravo?
What?
Yeah, she didn't do a very good job of feigning ignorance.
Fading in the eye.
Ironically, Jake's dressed up all in black here, just like Wesker.
Almost, aye.
I think you want to bet that was intentional.
Well, his face is almost identical, father like son. Again, Capcom does a poor job finding out who this guy is.
Sherry with the random scarf there.
Aye.
I want the scarf. Sherry, we don't need that scarf.
You can get one later in another grocery store.
What?
Hello. Chief food giver is changing my food. How dare she? Forgiven!
Whiskers, feed their curiosity.
Global cat race.
There's your Whiskers meme that was created back in our Resident Evil 5 playthrough.
Thanks, Colin.
So yeah, not only did Wesker wanted complete domination, he wanted the best for your pets.
This is the weight of the truth finally hitting Jake really, really hard.
Yeah.
I love Troy's performance here. He does a great job with it.
Because what you said before is he hated his father just because he thought he was just a random guy who walked out.
And then he finds out that he almost fucking destroyed the entire world. On top of that, and it's like, how many other people know about him, actually?
But what I don't get later on is that, yeah, he's pissed at his father for what he did, but he's also pissed at Chris.
That seems a little forced, actually. But I think it's also a combination of maybe Jake might have wanted to
confront him
directly himself.
Aye, probably.
I have to let my
Right,
know I'm okay.
Stealth section completely gone, folks. You're back to usual here.
Yay! Back to gameplay.
So what you have to do for this bit is that throughout this entire area, there's going to be enemies here that will drop these ID medallions, which are in the shape of an umbrella logo. Yes, unfortunately, Neo Umbrella, the terrorist group responsible for all this, was really lazy with their logo design. It's essentially the umbrella logo, but with black instead of red.
And then we get the Umbrella logo in only blue for RE7.
So original. But anyway, yeah, there's going to be some ID medallions that these enemies will drop, and they'll be needed to get to the next area of the game.
Hi, Strelats. Time for more Strelats soup.
The way these medallions work is you need 3 to access another part of the area, 10 is to get to the end game, but there's a total of 16.
If you get all of those, you can get access to another area at the back of the main room,
which will reward you with the assault rifle, which also has a grenade launcher attachment, with some grenade shells, magnum ammo, and a ton of skill points.
Is that the only place in the game to get the assault rifle? Or?
Yes. For the Drake's campaign, yes, that's the only way to get the assault rifle. You have to get all 16 medallions.
Oh, fucking yeah. Double headshot. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Again, I'm better with the sniper rifle here than I ever was in Call of Duty. Mind you, my Call of Duty history was World at War up until Modern Warfare 3. After that, I just stopped. Now, you can actually hide in the cupboards, but why would you want to do that?
Because it's fun.
Now, the problem with these ID medallions is that some of the locations are set sometimes, but most of the time you have to kill a certain amount of enemies within an area for it to spawn in.
One particular medal, you have to blow up a table in the middle of the room. Yeah, good luck figuring that out with a guide.
Roger.
Bonk.
I love that move.
Only the females get access to it.
Aye. Don't worry if they change into a spider legs, folks. All you need to do is just give them a bump, just put your foot down, and then they die. As you can
still trying to take. Oh, Jake's teleporting.
Again, that's the lag.
I remember this was also the one chapter where we both actually teamed up to kill a guy in Agent Hunt. We both joined the same lobby as monsters and killed a guy.
Aye.
Because we are sadistic like that.
You know, there is some entertainment in it.
Yeah, ruining other people.
Oh, Beetlehead. These guys are
bye-bye.
They're not so bad at first, but when they bite you, that's when they...
Their grab attack, if you don't break free of it, instant dying stats.
Oh no, that's not the worst. It's the worst is when they mutate twice, the Beetlehead, and that arm thing that pulls you to...
Yeah, because you don't get to break free of it. They pull you right into the mouth.
Aye. Some combinations are worse than others, though.
Like, Insane in the Membrane with the scythe arm, anyone?
Yeah.
Our Chris playthrough could attest to that.
Yeah. How many times did we get hit? 5?
5. Knocking us around like fucking pinballs. I think I got hit the most times as well.
I think you got 3 times, I got hit twice.
So it's just like Chris going, no! Oh, no! And I even commanded you to fall back because I was starting to get worried.
The best way to take out these lizards, folks, is melees. They do not like melee attacks.
And you missed.
Don't worry, it's not an instant death.
The last button does a lot more damage if you get it.
But it's either, like, the way the QT works, it's the first 2 are always R2 then X, but the last 2 is going to be either square or R2. It's either one of those 2.
You can easily stun these things just by sliding into them. Where they'll be stunned for quite a bit of time. They're
and
really annoying.
Here's a little idea. See that big, massive Mudoodle statue there? There's an emblem hiding in it.
Great work.
Why can't we just... Let's just go out the front door.
No, if you're forgetting, logic is not the best way to go about things in the Resident Evil series.
I can't read this. I think I need to put something in.
Jake getting caught off. He just essentially goes, why does everything have to be such a pain in the ass?
Now look at this. Look, Jake can probably read this, but no, I'll just insert the medallions in here anyway.
It's a really odd arcade machine. It's not the new House of Dead, so I don't want to put my money in it.
So as you can see here, we put 3 medallions in to access another area. We need 10 medallions to get to progress through the story, but there's 16 in total. Get all 16, you get rewarded.
Wait, I thought it was the raid mode for Revelations 2. So, oh. Hello!
Luigi! What are you doing here?
I've come to take your life.
So yeah, for this particular chapter, folks, to show it off, I've turned on Agent Hunt, and Steven is invading our game.
It was just a shitty.
So you won't see his ID name on top of the enemies, but Steven's going to be
I'll
controlling
know where I am.
Steven's going to be controlling one of the enemies in this playthrough.
I actually do hit you at least once. I'll point it out.
So that's just the way it works. So you won't see the ID name above the enemy's head, but when you You'll know it's a player-controlled enemy when you defeat them, and they drop a first aid spray.
I think that's me out there, actually.
With the stun baton?
I'm not sure, but... Just watch for... No, wait, it was actually Jake I hit, so watch for Abby taking damage pretty soon.
Right, this particular room right here, there's 2 medallions in here. One is you have to kill a certain amount of enemies for them to drop it, and the other is to play the piano.
Oh! Who's gonna play it this time, though?
Aye, just like in Resident Evil 0, the females are somewhat worse than playing at the piano than the males.
Yeah. Is that me there? I honestly don't remember. I think that's me there.
Well, we'll know when you drop a first aid spray or if you mutate. Go on, Jake, play the piano.
I love the little warm-up he does before he starts playing it. It was even funnier when that player we teamed up to kill, he was starting to do the piano animation and Jake had his hands up in the air like doing the starting warm-up, and then I hit him with the Strelats needles and he just went flying like, ah!
This is probably you, because you can tell it's usually when the player is in a creature, they usually mutate.
Oh, he didn't drop a first aid spray, and we're getting quite a few players in here it seems.
Well, I think the max you can have is 2 people, I think.
Two players playing as monsters.
Yeah, I think that's the most you can have.
Yep, there's me.
That's you there.
Wow, come on, I just want to kill you. That's almost fast.
But it causes, I don't know what, excuse me.
Taking a page out of Waluigi's book and causing pain and misery and anarchy.
It was only a matter of time before you fell into that purple fox anarchy roots.
Well, when you get hit by it for so long, you just wonder if you can't beat them, join them.
As you can see there, that's me pressing the touchpad on
left touchpad.
Yeah, that basically brings up a list of who's in the lobby. So there's 4 of us in total.
One thing to note, you won't actually ever be able to play as the Joavo carrying the machine guns. Always the melee ones.
Yeah.
That would be overpowered.
But I don't know if it's random or but you can mutate it into other things.
Yeah, it's random.
That'll probably be you.
Well, come on.
Thanks for the hairspray.
I just want a hug.
Right, there's going to be another medallion underneath here. Push this through.
When you're playing Agent Hunt, when you die as a monster, you can choose to just simply respawn. It's in here where you have to blow up the table.
Yeah, and you need to have a remote bomb. So I'm going to discard the flash grenade, and you get a free remote bomb here. Always in this vase.
Don't blow up your partner this time. Remember, Helena? he did that shit to me as well, folks. You know the partner door right before you find Deborah in chapter 2 or 3 for Leon? I was waiting at that doorway. This motherfucker slid right next to me, placed a remote bomb and blew me the fuck up.
Ah, but the difference was I was intentional. The one I accidentally did to Abby, no, Adele, sorry, in our Leon playthrough, that was totally accidental.
Sure it was.
Right, if you're wondering why we're coming back in this area, folks, it's because, again, it triggers another set of enemies to respawn with more medallions.
Yeah.
And that's a player-controlled Strela at the back
That's
there.
me. I'm trying desperately to get a shot on you. I was out of your range there! Like, what the hell? Can you shoot through walls now? Not fair! Look how many first aid sprays he's getting. It's
2 first aid sprays, thank you.
It's not fair! You should be dead by now.
Oh, if only they bring back that item from Resident Evil 3, the first aid box.
Yeah,
We can hold 3 first aid sprays in 1 item slot.
Oh, that thing was a lifesaver. I'm surprised he didn't just go for the counter, seeing how he was weakened. Actually, if you slide into these, you'll actually knock the tables over and use them as cover.
That's a player
Hi.
control. Is this you?
That's me. Stand still!
Too bad.
Come on!
Too bad you have no invincibility frames.
The real problem with mutating is that it takes quite a bit of time to hatch from the cocoon. So, not only do you have to wait, you have to hope you don't get blown up.
Right, I believe we've got all the necessary medallions to get 16 in total.
Or that might have been me, actually. I honestly can't tell anymore, because there are 2 of us in there.
Well, because again, the ID does not appear above the enemy's hair. Hairs. Heads, I mean.
Hairs?
This is probably you.
That's not me. I think I was the one waiting behind that door.
You could tell it's a play control when they go zigzagging like that. And if they mutate.
Yeah, we're getting. I can see you also had some lag. I think there's one that runs around out here as well. I know for a fact this is me because I was actually trying to get to the gong here to just hit it, just as a sort of funny brainless sort of thing.
So yeah, we have all 60 medallions. So unlocking 10 gives you the plot door. But this is what you get when you put all 16 medallions in, folks.
16 continues. That's a bit excessive for House of the Dead 4.
But I hear someone. Hello, Stevie.
Oh, come on! No! Come on! That wasn't fair.
You can't win.
You saw how unfair that was. As soon as I get stunned, that's it. No chance.
Right, up on that wall is where you would get the assault rifle.
I get some magnum rounds here as well.
It's always the grenade shells and some magnum rounds. It never changes. And that's your reward for getting every single medallion in this section, folks.
I get shit all because I failed to kill you.
I bet you at this moment and from your screen you were like, no! Don't open that door!
Oh well, Luigi's just going to go home and cry now.
Back to the bar for you.
Yeah. Did you see that there? It was actually showing you going through there. It cut through the door.
Bye, Luigi.
Yeah, maybe another time.
And that is what Agent Hunt is basically is, folks. It doesn't allow people to join in through the entire of the chapter. It's in one particular section.
Yeah, for each chapter, I believe, or at least most of them.
Aye.
Why don't you call your boss?
Like, I believe there isn't an Agent Hunt for Chris's chapter 1 and 2.
It's me.
There's one for chapter 4, Jake, and it's a pretty long one actually.
Aye.
Yes, he's okay. We were detained. At a
Gotta love Jake's reaction there actually picked up the phone. Hello.
That's like, no, what was it? House of Dead Overkill. Isaac, the black detective, gets a phone call and he just picks up, goes, "Yo,
We're saved.
yay, we're finally getting out of
You
here."
ready?
Convenient.
Done.
Or is it?
Now let's get the hell out of here.
Now, what that data is basically in that microchip is what Jake said earlier. The Juavo have been studying his antibody to enhance the C virus so that it becomes even more of a pain in the arse.
Jake's pretty optimistic there. Go and get it. Let's go.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Really?
A fucking tank?
This is where all horror goes out the fucking window.
But this tank is high damage though.
Or it might be instant die.
Oh look, it's a frog statue. There's your Resident Evil Zero enemy.
Yeah.
Right, at this point I can't bring Abby up, so
Let's go.
Abby's gonna have to run by the tank and go up the opposite stairs, which will conveniently move that statue there into a pole so she can do her flip.
Sucker, acrobat, go!
I guess that's probably what Jake did in his spare time. He took circus acts.
Hey Ma, I'm going to the circus. I gotta make some more money.
Be sure to catch me on National Geographic. Now this bit right here, this is fucking finicky. The moment you get control of this, folks, always run. If you so much as fail to run at the instant this starts, you will be crushed.
I had one instance where as soon as I was Jake, as soon as I was able to move, it just went straight to the death scene. I couldn't move. It was complete bullshit.
That happens to me a lot recently because I don't hold the X button to run at the time. I thought it was gonna be exactly the same thing as when the Ustenak when you first run away from it. It pushes you towards, and you have to let go for a few seconds.
No, you have to run the instant you get control.
Yeah, you have to run the instant you get control, otherwise you'll be crushed.
Beginner's trap. I love Kaizo shit like that.
Aye.
Pretty much what we're all thinking.
Yeah. Right, at this point, there's going to be another statue on the opposite side. Now, again, the statues will make poles for Jake. What Abby has to do is get on the opposite side, and then to get that so the tank can get its direction on her and move forward so that it can rotate that statue. Then she can use it as an opening to get to the other side of this area and get a motorcycle so that we can get out.
Put simply, we're using a tank.
Yeah. Well, I, in the meanwhile, have to defend all the enemies. So this is where Abby gets to shine.
As soon as you heal up, you get hit again. Well done.
Oh, but this is when they throw a lot of the Java at you, and we're talking like grasshopper legs, insane in the main brains, and the really, really, really strong long arms.
Yeah.
Check out my sweet legs, y'all!
Be careful about going behind the grasshopper. Not doing a very good job.
Hey, I'm trying. Is this what it's gonna be from now on? You're gonna critique my every move?
Well, if you're gonna keep fucking taunting me about the damn crane, and one of our other playthroughs years ago, I'm gonna keep giving you shit for some other funny things.
Look.
Insane in the membrane.
These are pretty easy to counter though once you figure out their pattern of swinging their weapon.
I think their actual name is Glava Begunuts or something.
Aye, the glava is usually the first. I'm guessing that's a Arabic word for head.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, Gatling guns.
No, you cannot phase through bullets.
Oh, it's
Double,
not.
well, would have been
Oh,
a
two
double
of them at the
headshot.
same time. How about that?
Nope.
Booyah.
Yeah, these guys never stop attacking.
Yeah.
It can be very annoying.
But like I said, once you know the pattern, they're pretty easy to counter.
It's a good thing Andrew's not driving the bike. Because if he was, he would blow it up 5 times in a row.
Can we save the bike comments for the next chapter?
Oh, we will. I'm gonna rip you a new one for that.
Why? What did I do to you?
First ever playthrough of Jake's
Let's save it
campaign.
for the next chapter then.
Yeah.
Because we're nearly done on this part anyway. Fuck you, invisible wall.
Well, tank's going for you now.
Aye.
I'm on it.
Wait, does Sherry have to be at a certain area as well?
No, it's the cutscene initiates as soon as Abby gets hold of the motorcycle. Really badass motorcycle though.
Yeah, good thing Leon is not driving.
Aye, true. Oh, that would have been some shit if it ended right there.
If we just got blown up.
Right, as we escape the facility, we'll see you in the next part, folks.